On a cool, crisp autumn weekend, a group of 6 friends, Jake, Emily, Sarah, Tom, Lisa, and Mark, decided to take a break from their busy lives and venture into the wilderness for a camping trip. The chosen destination was a remote forest, far from the hustle and bustle of the city. They had heard tales of its beauty, but also of the eerie silence that blanketed the woods as night fell. The friends, eager for an adventure, brushed off the unsettling stories as mere folklore. After a long drive, they arrived at their destination, the trees towering high above them, their leaves a mix of fiery reds, oranges, and yellows. The group wasted no time setting up camp near a small clearing, with the forest stretching out ominously around them. They pitched their tents, started a campfire, and spent the afternoon hiking, laughing, and enjoying each other's company. As dusk approached, the temperature dropped, and the forest grew quiet. The friends gathered around the fire, roasting marshmallows and sharing ghost stories. Laughter echoed through the trees, and the warm glow of the fire seemed to push back the encroaching darkness. But as the night deepened, the mood shifted. A rustling sound came from the woods, and the group fell silent, their eyes scanning the darkened tree line. "Probably just an animal," Jake said, trying to keep the tone light. But there was an unease in the air, a feeling that they were not alone. Unbeknownst to them, they were being watched. Hidden among the shadows, a silent stalker observed their every move. He had been following them since they arrived, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. As the night wore on, the group decided to turn in, exhausted from their day of hiking. They retreated to their tents, the warmth of the fire fading as the cold night air set in. But sleep did not come easily. The forest seemed to be alive with strange noises, cracks of twigs, rustling leaves, and distant whispers carried by the wind. In the dead of night, Emily was the first to awaken to an unusual sound: soft footsteps outside her tent. She held her breath, straining to listen. The footsteps stopped, followed by the slow, deliberate unzipping of her tent. Panic seized her, but before she could scream, a gloved hand clamped over her mouth, and a cold blade was pressed against her throat. In an instant, it was over, her lifeless body dragged into the darkness. When morning came, the friends emerged from their tents, but Emily was nowhere to be found. They searched the campsite, calling her name, but there was no sign of her. Jake, her boyfriend, assumed she had gone off for an early morning walk, but the unease from the previous night returned with a vengeance. As the day wore on and Emily remained missing, the group's anxiety grew. They split up to search the surrounding forest, calling out to her. But the forest was vast, and soon they realized they were becoming disoriented. While searching deeper into the woods, Tom and Lisa stumbled upon a grisly discovery: Emily's mutilated body, hidden among the underbrush. The sight sent them into a frenzy of fear and panic. They rushed back to the campsite, only to find it in disarray. Their tents had been slashed and their belongings scattered. Whoever or whatever had done this was still out there. Jake, now filled with rage and terror, demanded that they all stick together. But as night fell once more, the group's fear turned into paranoia. Every sound, every shadow seemed to be the killer lurking just beyond their vision. That night, as they huddled around the campfire, they heard footsteps approaching. They grabbed whatever makeshift weapons they could find, their eyes darting in every direction. Suddenly, the fire was snuffed out, plunging them into darkness. In the chaos that followed, Sarah was the next to fall, her scream piercing the night as she was dragged into the trees. Panic overtook the group, and they scattered into the forest, each trying to escape the unseen killer. One by one, they were hunted down: Tom, then Lisa, and finally Mark. Each met a gruesome end, their bodies left as grim reminders of the terror that had stalked them. By the time the sun began to rise, only Jake remained, bruised and bloody, hiding in a small cave he had found near the edge of the forest. He could hardly believe the nightmare he had lived through. His friends, all of them, gone. The silence of the forest was deafening, but Jake knew he had to move if he wanted to survive. He waited until daylight before cautiously emerging from his hiding place. The forest, bathed in the morning light, seemed almost peaceful again, as if the horrors of the night before had been nothing but a bad dream. But Jake knew better. He made his way back to the campsite, hoping to find something, anything, that could help him make it out alive. When he returned, the campsite was eerily quiet, devoid of any sign of life. The tents were still there, torn and bloodied, but there was no trace of the killer. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. Jake, his nerves frayed and his mind on the brink of collapse, decided to make a run for it. He grabbed what little supplies remained and set off in the direction they had come, hoping to find the trail that would lead him back to civilization. As he ran through the forest, the memories of the previous night haunted him. He could still hear the screams of his friends, still feel the terror of being hunted. But there was something else too, a nagging feeling that he was still being watched. When he finally broke through the tree line and stumbled onto the dirt road that led back to the town, Jake felt a wave of relief wash over him. He had made it. He was alive. But as he looked back at the forest, he could have sworn he saw a figure standing among the trees, watching him. The same figure that had stalked them, killed his friends, and had nearly taken his life. Jake didn't wait to find out. He turned and ran down the road, not stopping until he reached the safety of the town. The authorities were notified, and a search party was sent into the woods, but they found nothing. No trace of the killer, no signs of a struggle, and no evidence to prove Jake's story. The forest remained as it always had, silent and still, with the dark secrets it harbored hidden deep within its shadows. Jake was the only one who knew the truth, but no one believed him. They dismissed his tale as the ravings of a man driven mad by grief and fear. Years later, the story of the camping trip became a local legend, a cautionary tale told around campfires about a silent stalker who hunted in the woods, a killer who vanished without a trace, leaving only one survivor to tell the tale. And though the killer was never found, Jake knew deep down that he was still out there, waiting in the shadows for his next prey.